Today I'd like to talk about shooting panoramas. Panoramas are a lot of fun. Most people, when they think about shooting a panorama, they think about capturing that beautiful sweeping landscape or seascape. The thing is, when you're in a tight area, this is a great time to shoot panoramas because sometimes even your widest lens can't capture the scene that you want to capture. For example, a couple of minutes ago, I was shooting with my 14mm lens on my Canon 5D Mark III, which is a full-frame image sensor camera. Well, I got a nice picture, but I wanted to see more on the top, more on the bottom, more on the left, and more on the right. This is where panorama comes in. So the 14mm lens was great, but again, I wanted to see more. I switched to my Canon 17 to 40mm lens, and I shot a panorama. When you're shooting a panorama, these are the things that you want to remember. First, you want to set your camera on the manual exposure mode. If you have it set on one of the automatic modes, as you move your camera around, the exposure is going to change automatically, and you're going to get these strange bands in the sky and maybe in the foreground, but mostly in the sky. You also want to set your white balance to the existing lighting situations. When you're shooting, by the way, you want to hold your camera vertically. Very important, because when you merge your pictures together in Photoshop's photo merge, some of the top and the bottom, the left and the right is going to be cut out. So it's better safe than sorry. Again, hold vertically, but leave that safety margin all around. And as you're moving around, overlap by about a third. Again, hold your camera vertically, and it's much better to, rather than moving the camera around you, you move around the camera. When you put them together in photo merge, you'll be surprised at the results. You'll have to do some cropping because, again, some of the image area will be lost. Now you might be saying, well, where's Rick's tripod? Thing is, years ago you had to use a tripod, and you had to make sure that the horizon line was level, had to use a bubble level or whatever. The thing is, today, again, photo merge is amazing. I do handheld panoramas. Sure, I use a tripod in low light where I'm going to use a slow shutter speed, but here I was able to handhold that panorama. But here's something else. This is one of my favorite panoramas because it's an HDR panorama. Canon 5D Mark III, built-in HDR. I set my camera at 0, +2, and -2, and of course I got those 3 raw files, but the camera merges them together into an HDR JPEG. So it's those JPEGs that I merged together in Photoshop's photo merge, and I got, again, this really cool image here in Iceland. Well, listen, my friends, I'll catch you later. I'm going to try one more panorama.